He was landing good uppercuts, good body shots, was really switched on in there.
Unbelievable shape. If I've never seen him with abs. He got abs. So yeah, he's looking in unreal shape.
That's insulting, isn't it, to say that, get in shape.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of these fights today, they want to be like body.
Tyson Fury recently revealed a leaner, more muscular look in training footage. Boxer Joe Cordina expressed amazement at Fury's remarkable physical transformation, specifically pointing out his visible abs, which is a clear indication of his rigorous training regimen and improved fitness levels. Fury was standing with good uppercuts and body shots that were really switched on, and there's an unbelievable ship.
I don't think it's going to be like a tippy-tappy like everyone thinks it is. Because they're both great boxers and technicians. They're both unbelievable, and Tyson's here with us, and he's looking in unbelievable shape. If I've never seen him with abs. He got abs. So yeah, he's looking in unreal shape. But as they say, a good big guy will always be a good little guy, and in this situation, I think that's what's going to happen. Fury's looking sharp, although Usyk he's like a bigger version of Lomachenko.
Lawrence Okolie. I don't think it's going to be like a tippy-tappy like everyone thinks it is, because they're both amazing boxers and technicians, and Tyson is here with us. He's looking amazing, and if I've ever seen him with abs, he has them. So yeah, he's looking amazing. However, as they say, a big, good guy will always be a good little guy. And in this case, I think that's what's going to happen. Okolie, who has sparred with Fury, shared his thoughts on Fury's performance in their first fight. He mentioned that Fury came close to winning, and emphasized the possibility that Fury could use the lessons he learned. This insight highlights Fury's capacity to adjust and get better for high-stakes fights.
Fury's going to win. I thought he'd win the first fight. They had a really close fight. You know, Usyk did have some great moments that obviously keep getting replayed. But outside of that, you know, he was landing good uppercuts, good body shots, was really switched on in there. But I think going forwards, he needs, in this fight, to just maybe do the stuff he did, but with a lot more conviction and staying on it. And I think he's got enough to sort of run ahead with it.
You fancy Fury decision win, yeah?
Yeah, I think Fury decision win. I think it'll be hard for him to get a stoppage. But if he comes out and, you know, it's different because Wilder and Usyk are so completely different in style, but they're not too dissimilar in weight. You know, treat it like how he treated Cunningham, treat it like how he's treated, you know, White, where you're boxing, but then you're still got one hard shot at a time. I think he might be able to break him down.
Okay. You never sparred Usyk, have you?
No, he's one no one wants to have him.
Right. I know sparring with Tyson was a while ago in LA. Was it the first Wilder fight?
First, yeah.
The first Wilder fight, yeah. So it was a while ago. But what was one thing when you were in the ring with Fury that you didn't quite expect that he was really good at?
Avoiding headshots, getting caught on the head.
No, I still believe that Fury is going to win. I thought he'd win the first fight. They had a really close fight, you know. did have some great moments that obviously keep getting played. But outside of that, you know, he was landing good uppercuts, good body shots, was really switched on in there. But
Shape for a fight?
Nope, never. That's insulting, isn't it, to say that, get in shape.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of these fights today, they want to be like bodybuilders and look ripped and that. But I always rock the dad bod and, you know, the bald head, fat, white as anything. Looked absolutely disgusting with my top off. And then when I knock out a good-looking six-pack, it's like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck just happened?
How do you do it?
Crack them on the jaw and down they go. You can't put muscles on the chin.
Are you the baddest man on the planet?
Me. So it would seem.
I think going forwards, he needs in this fight to just maybe do the stuff he did, but with a lot more conviction and staying on it. And I think he's got enough to sort of run ahead with it. You fancy Fury decision win? Yeah, I think Fury decision win. I think it would be hard for him to get a stoppage. Well, if he comes out and you know it's different because Wilder and UK are.
Just sort of grafted his body and, you know, then eventually started trying to. But if you, from round one, he moves well and he's constantly sort of. He was anyway, he boxes slightly differently now, but he's always moving and feinting and touching his feet, like just creating different stuff for you to look at where you always happen to sort of kind of watch what he's doing as opposed to I'm going to hit his chin. So it was good.
So completely different in style, but they're not too dissimilar in height. You know, treat like how he's treated. You know, Cora Noda White, where you're boxing, but then you're still got one hard shot at a time. I think you might be able to break him down. Okay, you never.
I think Fury will win this 10 points. I think it's just, you know, maybe underestimated or whatever, but there wasn't much in it last time. He did lose a fight, excuse me, but I think, you know, he's been like laying a low profile, hasn't he? So, you know, I think he's more focused than he's ever been for anything in his life. I mean, AJ's come back and won, you know, and I think Fury will want to do that as well after his first.
Spared US Cav, you know, he's one on half right. I know sparring with Tyson was a while ago in LA. Is it the first Wilder fight, wild fight? Yes, so it was a while ago. But what was one thing when you were in the ring with Fury that you didn't quite expect that he was? Really good at avoiding headshots.
I think, again, this is another one of them fights where timing will come into it. And I think after Ngannou, after the last Fury Usyk fight, I think maybe we've seen Tyson's best days. And I'd love him to do it. I really like Usyk. How could you not? I love Usyk, and Fury's been an unbelievable advert for British boxing, for young kids in this country to see that the heavyweight champion of the world from Britain and from Morecambe, and is a traveller lad, and is a scally, and is a down to it lad just like them. And if he can do it, why can't I do it? He's an unbelievable advert for British boxing. He's earned very well. He's achieved everything in the game, and not just in the ring and his ability. I mean, how he is as a person, how he is outside the ring. And I'm not an Usyk fanboy, but you know, I can't see Fury finding an answer for what I saw in the first fight, and he's going to have worked really hard in the gym, tactically, technically, not just physically. And I'm not sure if that stuff is happening in the gym anymore at this stage. And I don't blame any of them. I don't know how any of them are getting out of bed and getting in the ring and fighting against the likes of Usyk, Dubois. I'm talking about Joshua as well here. When they've got that much money in the bank and they've done that well already out to the game, and they've still got that hunger.
Getting caught in the head for Tyson Fury, the idea of simply getting in shape fails to capture the depth of his craft. Fury's dominance in the ring is not solely attributed to his physical prowess, but also to his mastery of technical and tactical aspects of boxing. This combination of skills sets him apart as one of the most formidable fighters in the sport. You consider getting in shape for a fight.
That fight going any differently?
No. I think the smaller guy is really the big guy in heart and big guy in talent. I just think that, and I'm been with Tyson Fury when he fought, most of the people he fought for is picking him to win. But I believe Usyk has this number. And I believe that he's not a big heavyweight, which I think helps him in this particular fight. And I just think he has the IQ that Tyson Fury won't be able to keep up and withstand as time or rounds go on. I just like Usyk possibly by stoppage late and not by a punch. I think it'd just be a mercy call by the referee.
But it's never insulting, is it? You know, a lot of these fights they want to be like bodybuilders and look ripped and that. But I always rock the dad bod, and you know the bald head fat white is anything look absolutely disgusting from the top off. And then when I knock out a good-looking six-pack.
I have to be a little bit more focused and a little bit more smart to get the victory. As it would seem, my rematch with people is always ends up one way. I always end up knocking them out in the rematch. Whoever I've faced more than once has been knocked out in the rematch. So I'm envisaging something similar in the second fight with Usyk. All I can do is prepare well, train hard, eat well, go to bed early, wake up early, do the right things, listen to people around me, and the rest is in God's hand.
He likes what the _ dude, what the _ just happened. How do you do it? You can't put muscles on your chin. Are you the baddest man on the planet? Fury's defensive prowess, and experts think it will be crucial in the rematch, enabling him to neutralize Usyk's offense while setting up his own attacks.
Always done well with him, so listen, I'm not worried about what Usyk's going to do. I'm only worried about what I'm going to do, and that's it.
Why is he better than Vladimir Klitschko?
He's just more mobile, he's got better footwork, he's got better angles, and I seen him sparring one time and Usyk boxed the head off him.
Really?
Yeah.
When was that?
When Klitschko was going to do the rematch with me, that never happened. He was sparring Usyk and he was getting his head jabbed off.
The point was going to be Bellew, Chisora, Dubois, Joshua, all Brits. You're the one who stands last.
Yeah, I'm the last one. Save the best to last, I suppose.
Is he vulnerable to the body, Oleksandr Usyk?
I think anybody is, aren't they? If anybody gets hit with a good body shot, they'll be crippled. It's just about getting hit in the right place. Anybody will be hurt with body punches or head punches. I don't think there's no such thing as not being hurt to the head or body. If you get hit properly, you're going to be hurt.
You mentioned Vladimir Klitschko. You've obviously sparred the best, fought the best, but within Europe, how have you found like the European heavyweights when you've sparred them years ago, when you've boxed them?
I've always done well, obviously 35 unbeaten fights in 16 years of pro, so I've done pretty well with Americans, Europeans, Africans, whoever they might.
Pundits have noted that Fury's current mindset is arguably the best it has ever been. His focus and determination are seen as crucial factors in the rematch, with many analysts arguing that this mental edge makes him the favorite to win. Fury just sort of grafted his body and eventually started trying to.
With Fury, you never know. I imagine towards Fury this time on the rematch.
Do you think that he could stop Usyk, or do you think it would be a points thing?
I think it'll be a points. I think he'll hurt him a few times in the fight. I think both men will be hurting in the fight a few times, but I think a points win for Fury. I'm edging towards that.
But if you're from round one, he moves well and is constantly sort of, he was anyway. He boxed it slightly differently now, but he's constantly moving and feinting and touching his, creating different stuff for you to watch, where you have to sort of watch what he's doing instead of I'm going to hit his chin.
I certainly think Tyson will go for the stoppage this time. I think that he'll try and utilise his size. I think he'll do everything he can to try and tire Usyk out in the first 6, 7, 8 rounds. The trouble is if Usyk's still there, then it gets problematic. But I think that's what Tyson's got to do. Can he outbox him at times? I mean, he's got to get his concentration bang on. That's the first thing with Tyson. I think if he comes in a bit heavy, Shane McGuigan was saying to me a couple of days ago that if Tyson comes in heavy, it's the worst possible thing because he won't be able to move as quick and he won't be able to deal with Usyk's footwork. But look, I think Sugar Hill's coming for the knockout. So I think Fury will come in a bit bigger. I think they'll try and utilise that size advantage. They'll normally say a good big guy beats a good little guy, but Usyk's an exceptional little becoming bigger.
There wasn't much in it last time, but I believe that Fury is more focused than ever for anything in his life. For example, AJ's comeback and Fury's desire to do the same. After his first defeat, famous boxing commentator Paul Smith expressed confidence in Fury's chances in the rematch, citing Fury's excellent physical preparation and technical expertise as strong indicators of an impending victory. Smith's analysis reflects widespread belief in Fury's ability to deliver a dominant performance.
Versus Fury 2, Tyson says he's got to be heavier for the rematch. I feel like that's the right way, heavier. Fury might be able to turn what was a close defeat into a victory.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably just one element of it. It's not just about being heavier. It's how you go about applying that. And Tyson's a very clever fella. He's got a clever team around him. So whatever they do, there's going to be a method to that madness. And I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
I think, again, this is one of them fights where timing, we will come into it. And I think after the last few US fights, I think maybe we've seen Tyson's best days. And I'd love him to do it. I really like H. How could you know I love us in F-Spin and unbelievable?
I don't know. The first fight, I thought the early rounds, it was all Fury. Fury was looking great. But Usyk has that unbelievable engine, so he come on strong at the end. So I thought the fight, without the knockdown they gave it to Usyk, but it was kind of a 50-50. I thought it was a kind of a draw. So it's another interesting fight. You don't know what way it's going to go because Usyk showed that he can be hurt by Fury. Fury showed that he has the know-how to beat him. But Usyk did hurt Fury, and so I don't know. It's just
for British boxing, for the young kids in this country to see that the heavyweight champion of the world from Britain and from M and is a traveler lad and is a skull and is a down to it lad just like them. And if he can do it, why can't I do it? He's an unbelievable A for butt.
I don't think I can be any better than what I did because I think it was probably one of the best performances that I've ever done in my life. Although it didn't get the result, I thought it was a very fantastic performance against one of my best opponents. So can I be any better? Can I do any better? I can be more focused and less clowning, and I think that's enough. Maybe if he chucked that punch, hit me with 100 times and maybe not done any damage, but the one time it did, and that's it. That's all she wrote, really.
A lot of the journalists were saying that Usyk is now up there with all the legends of the sport, the Muhammad Alis, the Fraziers, the Foремans, the Joe Louis as being one of the greatest and certainly the greatest of his generation. And I'm pleased they've said that.